Hell
Hey,
yeah. I'm going to Red Rocks tonight, man. I had to wear the merch. I'm taking to get a pic at Red Rocks with the card on.
all right, all right. Well, shit, man, we back. Episode what is this? 37?
Shit,
So
it's
38.
38.
Hey,
38,
38.
baby.
I'm out here like button now. I'm messing up my own my own episode numbers. But hey, it's the Kai.
As
We
hey,
back.
hey, you out here. It's your boys, Ryan and
Hey,
Paul.
come on, man. It's Paul and Ryan.
No bullshit. No bullshit.
Hey,
Hey, we got our boy Gordo on.
yes, sir. We had to bring Darius back. We had to bring Darius
Yo,
back. You might remember he got introduced to y'all on the last episode with Noza. Shout out Noza, go cop the project, no place like home. But yeah, bro, we had to bring him back because he did drop an NFT. If you don't know, me and Gordo been helping our homie out, Cam, Cook Up Cam from Care Pack 2. He's got a brand called Amana. So Cam had reached out to Gordo and said, "Hey man, I'm trying to drop an NFT. Can you help me out? Let's collab on some artwork and let's release that." And that NFT did drop a few days ago. So yeah, you didn't get your regularly scheduled episode on Monday, but we had to sit down with Gordo, so we had to make sure the story was correct. So we're coming to you a few days late, but it's for a very good reason. So
That's
explain, Gordo, explain who you are and what this drop is all about.
all right. So I am a graphic designer, pretty much a multimedia artist. I did traditional art, moved, translated to digital art, and now I'm translating over to NFTs now. And so pretty much I've just been a graphic designer mostly, mainly all my life, and I do music as well. But I pretty much have made art the forefront of everything right now, which is the main focus. I recently, like you said, I recently linked up with my homie Hookup Cam over at Amana Brand, and so I've been designing and stuff for him, and so we end up creating this angel design that we felt was very unique and dope. Like, and so I kept telling Cam like this is something that we shouldn't like um just put to the side and put in the vault. Like we need to actually utilize this for something, like regardless whether it's for promotion and things like that. And so I had been doing a little bit of research on NFTs like for the last couple of months. And so I had told him like, you know what, it wouldn't be a bad idea to create it as a to make it an NFT due to the fact that we can kind of we can change it up, we can change the colorway and actually add and take away from this how we see fit. And so he was like, I'm on board. And so that's how we came about with the Mana Kid Angel #1 chocolate, which is the first NFT of the series, which will be the Mana Kid Angel series, which is we're in series 1 right now. And so for those that don't know, NFTs are non-fungible tokens. Basically, they're non-tangible but tangible at the same time. But but you can only source it through a cryptocurrency. NFTs primarily being Ethereum, which is the cryptocurrency that's connected to. But there are other cryptocurrencies that are creating their own version of NFTs as we speak, which is kind of like crazy now that the game is like NFTs have hit and now like it's pretty much hitting the ground and running. And so um, I say like NFTs are kind of like pretty much the next level for artists in regards to getting in regards to just getting that
Getting
I want to say
recognition, getting your
record
proper credit,
proper
getting
and
I think it's
capital
more
as
so
well.
about proper credit
Yeah,
because
and that
what
as
I
well.
know about NFTs so far, like you said, it's connected to the blockchain, it's connected to cryptocurrency, but you have the power to mint however many copies you feel
You
are
want.
necessary. So, once you sell something digitally, there's no other copies, there's no other way that they can reproduce it. Sort of like how music and Napster was and things like that. You can't really reproduce what you've bought. So you're holding on to the one of one or one of five or something. Go
But
on.
I actually,
Yeah.
it's actually,
certifies.
but the crazy thing is we actually are running into an issue with that.
Okay.
Because the thing is, people are taking. So let's say you have a 2D design.
Yeah.
and you have a 2D NFT. People are taking that 2D NFT that they own and creating a 3D version of it.
Okay.
Right.
And I was having a conversation with someone with like, how does this work out? Because now there's a 3D version of it, a 2D version of it,
Yeah.
and it's really complicated. And so it's we're seeing NFTs being altered from the original, or either people are making alternate versions of the original now, which
People
is the
finding
crazy part
loopholes
about where
already.
And my
exactly.
hey, to that point, it certifies the authenticity, right? Which creates value, which establishes the value. So if you create an NFT, right, for like a piece of art or a piece of music, and it certifies that value. And how I was understanding, it's funny that you say that, because how I was understanding it was that if you create other NFTs, mimicking that one, right, to multiplying off of that one, then they might be less valuable than the original one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you like certify your value. Am I saying that right?
And
Am I
it kind
thinking
of
about that correctly?
you are thinking about it correctly, because the thing is, the original will always have that ultimate value, and the things that
Right.
come that are byproducts of it will be lesser of value. But the thing that like is like we said, like, but we're getting to the point where it's like people kind of like can take your idea and take it 3D, but when you let the 2D in, it's kind of like, okay, we're getting this distinction of where, okay, is there a copyright infringement? Dude, like, how does this work? Because there was one dude that was explaining, like, so let's say I made this 2D design into a toy. Would I have to get property? Would I have to get royalties or some type of money to the person that actually owns the 2D design that's sold as an NFT? And those are questions that are starting to come up, And so as an artist, me personally, I always felt that NFTs were geared for 3D artists, and I felt it as a platform for them to be able to capitalize off of their work and get people to collect their work and things like that. But ultimately now as we see, like, 2D artists are stepping in, music artists are stepping in, and we're getting all these different forms of NFTs where it's just like, now what is really holding the value and how are we holding this value? And so right now I say the most unique NFTs seem to be the ones that are one design, but it's translated across multiple forms.
Okay.
So like
Right.
I was in a group with people yesterday, and they were talking about some monkey NFT that came out or something like that. And I like slowly but surely saw like people are like posting like the different versions as their header and things like that. And so it's just like, it's a simple monkey, but they just switch up the outfit for another design. They switch up the eyes for another design. And so it's like that original one is probably worth the most, but the ones that come after it are as unique, you feel me, which make them have a value. And so that's the ultimate that's the ultimate thing, that when you're creating these NFTs or creating these NFT collections, you need to make sure that you're creating something that's unique. And that's what I felt that we had with the Amana Kid Angel series, is something that was unique. Like, this is something that can be translated across. I can do multiple things to this, and it'll still have its original look, but it'll translate that value across to the platform for me to be able to sell these as a collection.
Now, how does the Kid Angel speak to the Amana brand?
I feel like, so the Mana brand represents, I don't want to talk about the Mana because I'm not like the brand owner, but it's one of the taglines is world peace,
Yeah.
And so I feel like angels are peaceful beings, and things and things that bring you peace or bring you happiness and joy. And so that was the Mana Kid Angel. And so like what we were trying to do with each NFT is just bring you a piece of joy or bring you a piece of like some peace, And this is the angel that you could say is watching over you now. Now you have the chocolate angel watching over you, or you're gonna have the next one, which will be the Cactus Jack angel, will be watching over you. You feel me? So it's just like, that was the idea from it. And like me just being a Kanye fan, I took that line. I know I got angels watching me from the other side, and that was one of the biggest things that played into like making this an NFT collection.
Now you went through Rarible for this release. How's your experience been with them? Just going through the minting process, paying the gas fees, going through the verification for your Twitter on Rarible. I mean, how does that work against some other websites that host NFTs and things like that?
I say Rarible was very easy for me like I haven't been verified yet, but I started the process. And so they usually say it takes about a week to be verified. And so with the other sites that I was looking at, like Nifty Gateway, I believe is the name of it. Like there's no way for me to be verified or even become a creator. Like I don't even understand. I would have to reach out to them to become a creator to be on a platform. And then it was just like a lot of work that I felt like Rarible kind of like
simplified it.
Like that was like simplified it exactly. And so I love Rarible, honestly. Like it's like right now it's my favorite one. And then it's Open Seas, but I didn't look into Open Seas because I didn't know a lot about it. I just, when I did my research, Rarible was the only one that kept coming up and was one of the main ones that the YouTubers were posting about. And so the fact that I say really pretty much you have to do your own research with each site, because I went to go mint something on Rarible and then I went to go try to mint the same thing on Open Seas, and there's a total different price on how much it costs to mint something. And so that was the discrepancy that I saw. And so like with that, it's just like, okay, what am I going to choose to use as my platform? And that ultimately comes down to the decision on, a lot of people go to Open Space for bidding and stuff like that. And I feel like Open Space is, Open Seas, excuse me, is more affordable and more tangible for the lower level people to go get access to. But I feel like Rarible has that same capability. So that's why I chose Rarible, because it's more known. It's a bigger platform. I'm not saying it's a bigger platform, but it's more known. It has more exposure, and it just seems that eventually someone is going to come across your NFT once you're verified.
Yeah. Now, speaking on someone coming across your NFT, this is a new medium, like you say. So it's not as easy as, say, like hopping on SoundCloud or hopping on some, streaming platforms and getting to experience the art, or going on like, say, like DeviantArt or something and immediately being able to view it. And of course, to be able to participate or actually purchase some of these NFTs, you've got to already have a wallet and have some cryptocurrency.
Crypto wallet.
So it's kind of like a smaller base. Which brings me to my question on promotion. How have you kind of handled promoting this NFT? Obviously, we're speaking right now, but outside of that, on Clubhouse and on Twitter, on Instagram, how has that worked for you getting in with the NFT crowd?
I say it's been definitely easy and helpful, because you have some people that are really, very, really like ready to help people understand it, because they're artists, traditional artists that are moving over to this form as well. So they're like, okay, I see where the need is, and I see that you're trying to learn this process to build your art up. You feel me? And get where you want to be in the art, in the art realm. And so it's been pretty much easy, but I have ran into some snags where like I have to pay for promotion, or I have to pay for the exposure. And so like there was a group there was an NFT group on Clubhouse, and they were talking about what if we paid 20, like what if we created some type of like Rarible or open market space like Open Seas or something like that, but we charge $25 or $20 a month, but you get your NFT put in front of collectors that are going to buy it and things like that. And I'm like, it kind of changes the game up, like that's kind of different, because the thing is, I would assume that these collectors are looking at Rarible. I would assume these collectors are looking at Nifty Gateway and Open Seas, but to primarily make a platform targeting collectors and NFT making creators and charging them to put it on there, it's like, okay, is there going to be a guarantee that I make revenue?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it already costs a lot to invest in putting money into NFT. And so if you're making one, that's cool. You probably won't miss out on that much money. But if you're making collections that are costing like $100 to $300 and no one's buying or looking at this stuff, you'll lose out on money. So that was my biggest concern with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the return? How do they
exactly?
How do they even promote that?
Exactly. And so how do you, and that was the question that I was having for them, and like they weren't picking people to answer questions, and
of
so like
course.
because it was
hey, you know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like to me is that this is a new medium, a new art form. So it's kind of like the Wild Wild West, like a little gold rush. Everybody wants to get in, but now you're gonna have all those side businesses too. Hey, you need help promoting? Let me charge you $20, $25 a month. I mean, in music, we kind of already see that all the time. Pay to get
Exactly.
on stage, pay to get on this mixtape, pay to have somebody, do a verse or something like that.
Promo your shit, yeah, and post it on that
Exactly.
IG. And so
Hey,
like I did run into some NFT IG pages that were willing to like just post it like just because I was an artist and I'm just now getting in the NFT game. And so there were some that were charging. So it's just like me, I reached out to the people that I saw
Who are
um
genuine.
that were genuine and them weren't charging a buku's amount. And so that's how I've been promoting. And it's just like me, I'm a hustler. Like
Hmm.
whatever I come out with, I'm gonna post it, and I'm gonna post it all day. I'm gonna post it until you get tired of seeing it. I'm gonna
Facts.
post it until I can't post it no more. Think of a status to post it of it. So it's like
Hmm.
me, I'm just gonna keep posting and hustling that art myself. And so
right.
like I told people, like I'm willing to negotiate the price of the NFT, because the thing is I set it at a price, but Ethereum rose so high that the price is
It's
skyrocketed to where I
crazy.
didn't
I saw the price you set it at
even
too, and I'm like, hey, this is the big leagues now. Like, I
exactly.
feel
And
like
then
NFTs can help an artist like yourself or like anybody else who's really just doing the art and take them to a level of like a gallery artist. Usually in the past, where it takes you however many years to be at a point to sell your art for 500, 1,000, a couple thousand. Now, you could put it online, and I'm looking at it like, okay, point one something Ethereum, and then I look at the exchange rate, and it's like 500 something. I'm like, hey, Amana and Gordo out here. What's up?
man,
Yeah.
and that was the thing that was like the biggest thing that I had, was like setting that price. You feel me? Because that's a concern. Like you don't want to, like I've always told artists, don't lowball yourself. You feel me? And that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing I've been working with myself. It's not lowballing myself in my regards to my work, because I know the dedication and the craft that I put into it. And so one guy was in the NFT group, and he was like, "You guys got to stand on that. You got to stand on these numbers, because at the end of the day, someone is going to value that number and see it and take it. You feel me?" And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But me being personal, like I want to be able to give art to everybody. And so the thing is, I didn't make multiple copies. I only made one copy. So I was like, you know what? This being that one copy, it has to go for this price. It's only
Right.
one of these out here. It's not going to be, it's not going to be multiple versions of the number one chocolate. It's only going to be one version out there. So whoever
Mm-hmm.
buys that version, they have that. And
Yep.
that's going to be exclusive to them. And so that gives it more monetary value for them for when they add it to their collection, or possibly want to sell it down the line.
And if they
And
do
so
sell it down the
that would
line, you would be able
I
to
get
make
royalties.
royalties. Okay, cool.
Exactly. And that's another part that I love about this art NFT game. Artists don't get royalties. We
Yep.
sell a piece,
Once it's gone, it's gone. Yeah.
exactly. And then the thing is, the only, like, we might get charged if it's through a gallery or something like that. We don't get royalties when this piece is now sold a couple years later to another collector for millions of dollars. We don't get
Mm-hmm.
royalties. So that's why this NFT game is so crucial to artists. And I'm hoping that those that are watching this will jump in and not have, like, yes, you're going to lose money. We lose money in all situations that we gamble in. But this is ultimately, if we make this market the way we want to and make this community and build it up, this will be a market that will sustain art.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the ultimate goal of the community, is where this is going to be a market that sustains the artist and gives back to the artist.
It puts
Right.
value and power back in the artist's hands.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Exactly. Because there are people that are creating NFT galleries that are just virtual.
Yeah.
And so that's the beauty of this as well. Like we're reaching outside of our normal platforms and going beyond, which is where I was like, this ultimately was, I always felt that digital art was the next thing, but then this takes that to a whole new level.
Now, have you
Gives us
heard? I was gonna ask if you've heard anything about people taking NFTs and producing them in real life. Because I feel
that's
like
the
I've
thing that
heard some stories where someone's trying to figure out either the artist is trying to put a clause in their digital NFT and say, hey, when you download this, it'll also come with with instructions to print out, or the person who's
Oh, yeah,
buying
or
it is
make
trying to
a
figure out
3D.
how to do that. Have you heard anything?
Hey man,
Yeah, I actually have.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Before you answer that, I want to say this, man. I'm an art collector. I have original pieces of art that I've purchased from artists. And man, for me to have like a chocolate angel in the front room, you know, in the case
Come
with,
on.
with my wallet number on, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows my wallet number's encrypted in that joint. Man, you just walk in and be like, damn, what's that? Like that's
Exactly,
come on. That's
because
hot.
the thing is with me, when you get the when you purchase the Minor Chocolate Angel, I'm actually am going to send you over the actual PSD, PNG, JPEG file to get it printed if you want to. And if we can work anything out, I'll get it printed and sent to you as well. Because I've been seeing that certain people with their, like, one dude was like, you purchase this NFT, you get a free shirt with it or something like that. And so those are things that are actually making it more incentive, making it a more of an incentive to buy your NFT, as opposed to
I just got files on my computer.
But the computer, exactly. Because I'm looking at the Bear Champ dude, the Bear Champ guy that makes the Bear Champ
in Chicago,
JC, who was one of my like biggest, like I watch him a lot because he's one of my biggest like inspirations on how to like do this art shit. He's coming out with an NFT dropping this week, but it's a 3D like almost like animation, but he's actually gonna, like, when you purchase the NFT, you actually get the painting that goes along with it.
Okay.
That was the inspiration for the NFT. You feel me? And so those are things that are taking us to the next level, where it's like, yeah, you get this digital thing, but you're going to get a physical copy of this as well. And you're going to be the only person that has this, and nobody else will. And that's what I did with the Mana Kid Angel series. Like, literally no one else will have those. And you will be able to get that printed or printed up however you see, whatever size you choose. And so that's where you make it unique, and people are kind of like expounding upon this, because there are some people that are leaving 3D designs to actually make it where you can print that design if you want to, which is the crazy and unique part about all this NFT stuff, which is why I'm like, artists need to get in on this, because it's like you can figure out how to make money for yourself and figure out how to become marketable. It's all about creating a plan.
And people love exclusive shit. That's first of all, right? And second of all, I know it's a non-fungible token, right? But people love tangible stuff. So giving away a t-shirt or having an actual piece of art, or, you know what I mean? Like, especially a one of one, like that's just, I mean, most people in the art community or who are collectors, they water at the mouth. You know what I mean? Even hearing that type of shit, like, okay, let me check this.
Because it's not only about being creative with the art, but it's being creative with the presentation and being creative with your marketing. You know, it kind of like helps the artist build more skills.
Exactly. And so that's how I see it, because it's like you can ultimately become, like, I see it as like I'm giving myself a 6-month plan where I'm like, once we get all of them in circulation and I'm verified, because the thing is right now, verification actually helps a lot with your NFT process, because like you can't even search your NFT if you're not verified. No one can search your NFT if you're not verified. They can just sign into their wallet, pull it up, and possibly buy it, you know? But other than that, if you're not verified, people are not really looking at you because they don't know if your work is original. They don't know if this is something that
if you're trustworthy,
exactly. And so that's where verification comes through. I say, once you do this and you're ready to go in and make an NFT, do the verification process first, get your stuff verified. Then when you're verified, drop your NFT, because you're already on the market. You don't have to wait a week or later too for it to actually hit the market and get it out there. You know, it's already out there.
So you talking about NFT wallets. What's the most popular wallet right now?
Right now, I'm using MetaMask. That was the easiest one for me to use and understandable. I know there's Coinbase. People are using that because you can trade cryptocurrency, buy cryptocurrency through that as well. But I'm only using MetaMask because I'm not trading at the moment. I'm just simply just piling it all in and using it to mint my stuff and get it out there.
Right. So when you got the wallet, did you have to put some money in?
Oh, you didn't actually have to put. I didn't have to put any money in initially. So that's the crazy thing about it. When I initially got the wallet, I just got it and made my Rarible account and was just going through Rarible, looking at NFTs all day, seeing who was the top seller for the day, top seller for the week, top seller for the month, and just getting the idea of what people want to collect, you know? And that was the biggest thing about it, just learning the market. Because like I say, like people are going for things that are multiple versions of it, but they're unique versions of it, you know? And so, and people are running those series over and over and over. Like it's 100 of those motherfuckers, 300 of those. And I'm like, damn, like, and they're all for like 0.5 and 0.1 or some are for a 1 in theory. And I'm like, that shit don't seem like it was that much to do, but I can do that. And I know I can do that. And I know I have the capability and I can create something unique to be able to translate across the market as well. And so that's where I just feel like artists should just, you know, do your research, create the account, see how the market's looking, see what you like, see what you don't like about it, and go and jump into the one that you feel the most comfortable jumping into. Like I feel like I can compete on Rarible because Rarible doesn't seem like it's just for the big guys. You feel me? The big known artists. It seems like anybody. Like I came across I'm about to fuck this name up so bad. Takeshi
Murakami. Okay.
Takashi Murakami. Yeah, I'm so I could not forget. I cannot remember his first name. I'm literally looking. And so yeah, so like I was looking at. I actually found his Rarible, and it was like so crazy because I'm looking at the NFTs that he's getting ready to drop, and it's literally like stuff of his work that he's already did, and I'm just like. Yeah. It's crazy how people are gonna be finessing this market and making money off of this market, you know?
Of course.
And so it's just like that's why I'm telling the artists that are little and unknown, you can get on this market and make yourself somebody. You feel me? And that's the big part about it, because like you don't even have to sell art, you can sell a fucking tweet if you want to.
Oh yeah, we saw that Jack, the owner of Twitter, actually put up his first tweet as an NFT. And of course, people are gonna buy it because it's the history of Twitter, you know. It's
exactly.
So and that's on Rarible. Is it everything? Have you seen 2D, 3D art, even audio on Rarible, or is it just okay?
I've seen photography, I've seen animations, I've seen 2D art, 3D art. I've seen even there was an NFT because the first form of NFT I really came across that I was telling Lou about, our homie Lou about, was like this Topps card NFT highlight reel box.
Okay, yeah.
And so it was like a Topps card, but it was just a highlight for that player, you know?
Oh yeah, that's what they're doing on NBA Top Shop. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it was.
And then that was the first form of NFT that I had heard about and saw that people were buying up. But I was like, what is this?
And they're making money. They're able to resell like moments, like plays, like a top 10.
I swear, Buddy bought I think one Buddy bought like $500,000 worth, and he sold them for like $6 million.
That's crazy.
Crazy, right? And I say, this NFT game is going to be the game changer for art. You know?
Yeah.
Like we going to think about it. Eventually, one day we'll be just sitting with virtual headsets on in an NFT gallery. That's a fact.
I heard
that's the ultimate vision. Like that's the vision that we can take these things to. You feel me? Where we're literally just having people come to a space, sit down, and put headphones on and walk through this space and see this NFT virtual gallery.
I heard Jim Jones speak on that because, you know, he's really big on NFTs and cryptocurrency right now, like more than a lot of people would think. But he was saying that it's getting to a space, like you said, they're going to have digital galleries or just digital spaces. Like he said, he's like, I heard him say he's out here trying to like develop and make I don't want to speak for him, but the way he was saying it kind of made it seem like he was trying to make digital Harlem or something. Like real digital worlds are about to pop up.
Exactly.
You know, and this is kind of the building block for it.
Player One.
Exactly. Like you're gonna be able to really plug in and see
that's what I'm saying. World, bro. Right now we're in phase 1 of NFTs, and like when I say by phase 2, phase 3, it'll be mind blowing what they'll be doing with it. Right. Because like I say, I was able to go, I literally was able to tap on a website, do a virtual gallery of NFTs, and like I could buy a digital print of it as well. And like that was just like we're getting to that space where you can these places used to be like you had to know somebody to get in, you know? And
Right.
so right now we're changing the market and changing the game and opening it up to where everybody is going to be on a level playing field. You feel me? Like there's nobody, okay, you know this artist, he's big, okay, but you're going to be on that same platform with him and be able to compete with him. So come with it, you know? And so like that's the ultimate, that's the beauty of this NFT game.
It's hard to not want to compete when you see people like Beeple out here. I'm sure you've heard of him. I think he sold the most expensive NFT or something at like 60 million.
Yeah.
And
And
it was
so
one of those like pictures that was made up of, you know, thousands of many pictures. You know, it's like a
yeah, like a
collage type of
collage.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. And
So it's like,
that's a
yeah. You see those stories? How do you not
yeah.
want to hop in?
Hop in, like, because it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know, like that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a lot of people that like tell me like they want to buy art and they can't get a print or something. Like I've ran out of prints, and so I'm like, well, this kind of changes it up. Like I know some people actually have cryptocurrency and like they can purchase it through that way, and so this gives me the opportunity to actually market, create those different forms of revenue as an artist, you know. And so, like I say, like I'm hoping that one day, like somebody buys the Mana Kid. Like I'm hoping, like I know somebody's gonna buy it eventually soon, but like I'm just hoping somebody buys the Mana Kid Angel and then resells it for over $1,000 some dollars, and like that's just to be a beauty for me, and
And
like
look,
that'll be,
you know, like I told you, once you sell one, and it kind of speaks to what you were saying about verification, you kind of get your trust with the public. You know, it gets a boost. So once somebody buys one from you and they're happy with their purchase, you know, you upload another one, and you know, like you told me, you have multiple versions of the Amana Kid Angel. So it's like, all right, you know, you sell one, you put a few more versions up. Obviously, those will sell too, because if one sold, the others will sell. But then it sets
exactly
you up for whatever else you want to do with an
do
NFTs,
for
because someone's
NFT.
gonna be like, "Hey, I already copped from him. I like his stuff. He's trustworthy. He's verified. There's someone real behind there." So, I mean, that's been a big thing for me, because I mean, like I said, you and me are both helping cabs, so it's kind of like okay, but it's also like, hey, as far as me being a musical artist, I kind of want to put out an NFT like we were talking with Noza.
And
So
yeah,
I kind of want to see how your experience goes before I hop in, and then when I do hop in, I'm already gonna be sitting down with an expert to be like, all right, do this, do that, do this, do that. Um, so, that's kind of why, like, I'm trying to send you like the Black NFT page and stuff like that. Like,
no,
those
I
people to
definitely,
me seem like they're not charging
they're
for promo
they're
and
legit.
stuff
No,
like
like
that.
no, they're legit. Like, because the guy reached out to me today and he saw my thing and he's like, "Do you want to post this on our page?" And I'm like, "All right, yeah, I would love to. Like, you guys have a definitely buku amount of followers, and I would love to get that exposure and get my NFT out there and just let people know that this is what I'm working on. You know, as well. You know, just let them know that I'm still working. But yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I'm down to negotiate prices. Cause like originally, like I say, it was supposed to be set at 250.
Yeah.
250 to 300, but it skyrocketed to
Gee, I'm
6.
telling you, it was like
Right?
586 when I looked at it. I was like,
I looked at it
woo.
today and it's like 630. So I'm like, I told like I can relist. Like the good thing about Rarible, they'll let you relist the price. And so what I'm like, I told people like, if you really are interested in buying and it seems too steep for you, come talk to me and we can negotiate something. Because I'm like,
Yeah,
originally it was supposed to be 250 to 300. So I'm like,
yeah,
the fact that it's sitting at 6 something right now is really scary to me. But like Buddy was saying, we can't sit here and keep changing the price as Ethereum raises. Like we have to stay hold to something. You feel
yeah,
me? So
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
and so like, and as an artist, like I always say, don't lowball yourself because you never know where your art will go and and who will buy it, you know? And so that's the biggest part about this is just like, don't lowball yourself in the beginning of this. Make it reasonable for you, for people to make it purchasable.
Yeah. And
And
now,
so,
I kind of want to get back to um kind of where I was going with that Black NFT page. The first time I even heard of them or followed their page was because I was listening to them on Clubhouse, and they were saying how important it is for Black people to get involved with NFTs just because of the nature and the history of Black art. kind of being copied and devalued and kind of
exactly.
just like run over, even though we see it, right? We see it in music, we see it in art. You know, I know there's been way more artists than Basquiat, but let's just say Basquiat because that's an easy name to mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
He might have died without really seeing that fame, like a lot of artists and things like that. But now
Exactly,
you
and
see
that's the
his
crazy
style
part.
replicated. So black art just over the years has been very valuable because everybody wants a piece of it. Obviously, they want to make money off of it. So that's, you know, the record labels, that's anybody who's working with actual artists like galleries and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. But it's also devalued because we're not getting paid what we're owed and
Exactly.
we're
And I
getting
was gonna say, I'm
forgotten
like, how
and
many
things like
is, and
that.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say how many Basquiat's that were sold that Basquiat actually got some of those millions out of, you know, like, and then
Exactly.
it's like, and it's like, and then after his death, how many were sold that his family got royalties for? So it's just like, this gonna change all of that, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care if I sell an NFT for $1 today. I'm getting 10% royalties once they hit 1 million if I die or something like that, you know?
Yep.
Like it don't matter, you feel me? And that's the beautiful part about this. And so I just feel like you say, the thing is, I don't see a lot of black artists out there. And then the thing is, even if they are black, the thing is, we don't try to make ourselves seem black on these marketplaces so we can see them.
Yeah,
And that,
you
and
trying
that,
to blend in.
yeah, exactly. And so it's like I had a picture of myself, and so I was like, "Fuck that! Let me take that off and just put something that's like my work." You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That'll like people will be able to translate. So it's like a bunch of different like a version like that. I made this like version of like different Frankie faces all on one like page, like a spreadsheet. So I use that as my profile picture because I know people take heed to those like cartoony different facial expression things, you know.
Yep.
And so I totally agree with you where it's like the black artists and black artists in general need to jump on this as well because it's just like we don't get in these spaces, and when we do get in these spaces we get in there and it's late, you know, and like we're not treated as fun, you feel me? So it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I want us to all jump on this so we can get our art out there and make our names, and just like you say, like we kind of like push this culture forward, you know, like
Yep.
we're like a lot of inspiration and stuff like that other than Keith Haring comes from John Basquiat. Like that's to keep it real, you know. And so
Right.
I want to just, you know, I just want us to like as a community, like even black artists, just like if we have to create our own community where we can, if it's a Discord, we're sending this to people, the collectors, the black collectors and things like that, you know.
Yep.
And that's what, and that was the thing about it where they were talking about, that was the thing that I had with the exclusivity thing where you have to pay. Like, okay, just because I pay for this doesn't mean that I'm going to get my stuff sold. Because what if this is just a room full of white collectors and they just want white shit? You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's just like that doesn't work out in my favor because I'm making black art, you know. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm ultimately just hoping that we can find something that's an open market, you know, where we can just pay a service fee where it's not too crazy and minting is not too crazy, and we can get our own collections out there, you know, because like now 9 times out of 10 you're putting your collection, like my collection is on Rarible. It's not my own collection because I don't have the bukus of Ethereum to fund my own collection right
Yep.
now, you know.
Yep.
Right.
And so like that's why I'm like, if we can create these open markets where we're promoting each other, if it's whether it's through Discord or connecting each other through Clubhouse with the collectors and the market, that's the ultimate goal. It's like to keep this market open where it's not overpriced, but it's not too like right now it's not heavy saturated, you know?
Yeah. 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 It's not lopsided. There needs to be a balance that's maintained.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay. So yeah, so you got the Amana collection, you know, ready to go. You've got the first one that's released. And you know, we'll throw some links down and you know, put this on the screen as well. Um,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and you know, you're helping me and Noza with the the
Yeah, I'm
cover for
actually
his project.
coloring. I'm actually in the coloring process of that now.
So
So
you know, just
y'all,
to follow up on our last discussion from last episode, we are moving. So you know, you'll see more Gordo art soon. But what's next for you in the NFT space after the Amana collection? What's
so
next? Where do you want to take it? What's your plan?
so after the Mana collection, I pretty much plan on doing my own series. which will be Frankie pieces, which will be like unique, exclusive, different versions of Frankie. Just like whether it's him just doing like I'm on the phone or him counting money, but it's like I'm taking Frankie and I'm trying to make him this iconic cartoon character that I know he can be, you know?
And if anyone doesn't know, Frankie is above Gordo right now on the wall behind him. If you are paying attention and looking at the video,
I don't know if I can zoom in, but I'll just move my camera.
yep.
You know, and so, you know, I always felt that Frankie was like, when I created him, he was something unique, you know, and I haven't given up on him. You know, I feel like he's the mascot of my brand. He's the mascot of what he is, you know, like Frankie Finesse. Like that whole idea behind him is that I can finesse myself through any situation and any circumstance. You feel me? And come out on top. And like, you know, every situation requires a little finesse. You feel me? And like, that's the idea of Frankie. And so I'm actually in a talks with one of my homies to actually create a children's book with Frankie.
Hey,
which I'm thinking is going to be just alphabets, where I'm just going to have him doing different things for different letters and stuff like that. And so like, it's like me personally, like I say, I'm like, I Frankie is just like translatable across multiple fields. You feel me? And so like, that's why I never wanted to kind of age him up or age him down. I kind of just loved where I had him at, because I feel like he could do so much, and like I can create that, keep it simple and childlike, or I can come with that type of Boondocks energy that was kind of part of his inspiration. You feel me as well. And so like that'll be the next for me at NFT wise, is just creating those Frankie pieces and getting those out there as a personal solo project. And then like possibly, like I say, we're working out this idea for a Frankie children's book, you know, on top of like the clothing, like me getting the clothing brand stuff together as well. So that's what the primary focus is right now. It's just that clothes, like the NFT Frankies, the Frankie alphabet book and everything.
hell yeah.
Hey man, business smarts meets artists meets street smarts. You feel me? Can't finesse.
Hey,
I mean, it gotta hustle, man. Gotta hustle.
To, fam. And I
mean, Nipsey was like the marathon continues. I'm like, you feel me? Can't stop at no point. I feel like because I feel like I had got stagnant with art for a minute, but then I was just like, no, I'm just really doing a lot of research to get to where I want to be.
Yeah, and that's facts. And I really do hope people really take heed to your words during this whole interview, because a big thing, what you said was research. You did your due diligence, you did your research, you looked up which wallet was best for you based on what you're doing, which host is best for you based on what you're doing, who are the top sellers on, you know, Rarible and what they're doing. So I think
and to piggyback off that real quick, and just due to the fact that I chose Rarible, the top sellers always change, which ultimately made it made it the beauty for me. It's like I can be one of these people. You feel me? Like it's like when Instagram first started and you want to get on the popular page, you know? It's that's how I feel about with Rarible. Like you don't have these people that are like real. No, you just have these artists that are making unique stuff and people are loving,
gravitating. Yeah. So to end this episode off with a final question, what is some advice you would give to somebody who's looking to start in NFTs?
I say just do a little bit of research about NFTs first. Then from there, just spend a couple, like if it's just a week or a couple days on each different platform, seeing how it regulates, seeing who's the top seller, seeing what's being sold, seeing how they are allowing other artists to join the platform, because that was the most thing about it. I couldn't figure out how to get on some of these spaces. You feel me? Get on these NFT markets. You feel me? So that was the biggest part about Rarible and Open Seas that was like very popular to me. I can get on there. You feel me? Like I can put anything on there, and once I make my wallet, you know. And so I know it was like Nifty Gateway was one of the ones that was like, okay, we gotta ask you to join. And I'm like, but that don't work out for me, bro. Like I'm trying to sell now. Like I'm trying to get on there now. And so like I say, it's that research, figuring out NFTs, what you want to do with it, whether you want to do traditional art and then translate it over, or whether you want to do 3D art. But it's like I say, me being a multimedia artist, this was perfect for me because I make GIFs, I make things like that. And so people were like, there was a discussion where GIFs came in play where like, hey, I purchased this GIF as an NFT. I damn near have to sell it to Jiffy now to get them to be able to use it, you know? And it's like, I didn't think of things like that now.
Hey,
you feel me? Like,
it's a lot out there. I'll tell you. I don't know if you ever saw the meme of that little girl who's smiling, kind of like an evil smile, and the house is burning in the background. She's grown up now, and she sold that
5,000.
Yep,
500,000. I just saw that. I actually that was one of the things that solidified getting on the market. Because I'm just like, first off, how does she have like first off, it's a picture that's been circulating for years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like, how do we know this is the original picture? It was just like they just did it because this was her, you know.
And it's the fact that it's actually her.
Yeah,
somebody
exactly.
bought it from her.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the only thing behind it, that it was actually her, you know. And so like that's why I'm like, do it. Like if you feel that the traditional ways haven't been working for you in regards to art, selling your art and getting your art out there, this is the next way. Because regardless of whether you sell a couple NFTs or anything like that, people will notice you and you will get followers. And if you engage with the community will accept you and engage with you as well. And so that was the biggest thing about it, because like I said, like I said, don't go to anybody talking about they're charging for knowledge and things like that. This stuff is all free, and I learned it on my own. I asked a few people, and that's the best way you can do about it. You don't have to pay for this knowledge. This knowledge is accessible, it's free, and there are people willing out here to teach you and show you how to do this stuff. So that's why I say, as artists, just educate yourself and then take yourself to the next level.
That's a fact. Hey man, ladies and gentlemen, this was Gordo. He just put us through a master class. I'm rooting for the success, of course. We're gonna have the NFT picture up here on the screen for y'all. We're gonna have the link below, and they can find you at Rarible. But what's your Twitter and socials for people looking for you?
Gordo Eats. Gordo Eats is pretty much all my social media. GORDO space EATS. Gordo Eats on everything.
And that's Twitter, your name on Rarible as well?
As well, yep.
Let's go. Hey man, this is gonna be one of many because we're gonna keep checking in.
Hey, definitely.
We're gonna keep saying what's up. We got Gordo back for an update, you know.
Update on the NFT market. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Episode 38 of the COD.
You know what it is. It's the COD. We out. Full speed ahead.
Go cop that Amana Kid Angel. Peace.
Amana Kid Angel, number one.
Peace.
Yes, sir.